days 3 and 4 of this week. It's day 3, day 3 is my primary SPD day. This is my heavy day. This day falls on Thursday in the training week. Because my last competition was on Thursday, so we had it lined up and we just haven't changed it yet. The next competition will probably be on a Saturday, so in another month or two we'll probably keep the same training order of days, but just shift it around since the heavy day falls on Saturday. I just got these Stoic knee sleeves from a friend. They were a gift, and compared to the old SBDs, they're definitely the same. Honestly, the same. It's a bit of a quality control issue, honestly. One of these sleeves is way stiffer and tighter than the other one. It's quite interesting, but once you have them on and squatting, it doesn't actually affect things too much. The target this week is a single at RP 8. Last week I did 192.5 at RP 8, and this week the goal was to chip it by a little bit, so I was aiming for 195, and that's what it did end up hitting, and it moved pretty well. It can be a little bit discouraging sometimes when you're not hitting what you think you want to hit for certain RPs. For example, I've hit 200 kilos at RP 7 many times before, and here I am only squatting 195 for an RP 8. But you still got to keep context in mind. Context for me would be I'm only low bar squatting once a week right now, and generally during meet prep I would low bar squat twice a week. Since I'm nowhere near meet prep, so I'm only low barring once a week right now, and so hitting these numbers at this speeds and relative difficulties while doing the training that I'm doing right now is honestly pretty good for me. So even though it might seem a little bit disappointing in the moment, I wasn't like super stoked on this, but looking at the context, remembering where I am with training as a whole and where it's going to go in the next couple months, this is actually a pretty good starting point. And then quick comparison of last week's single at 192.5 compared to this week. So 2.5 kilos heavier, just a hair faster, pretty standard, small progression, just taking small chips each week. These are my back off sets. I had 3 sets of 4 at 167.5 kilos. Bench is also a top single today at RP 7. Today's bench day is nearly identical to Monday's bench day. Monday had a single at 8 and ended up hitting 130. Today I had a single at 7 and I also ended up hitting 130. I'm just feeling really strong today, a lot better than I did on Monday. And so same weight, moving much faster. And I did 3 sets of 4 back offs at 115, which I think might be a volume PR. Not entirely sure on that. It doesn't matter a whole lot, but nice, small little chips from week to week. Today the target is also a single at 8, just my squat. Last week I did 240, and I believe I called that an 8.5 last week. So this week the goal was to just hit the same weight and have it move faster, and that is exactly what I ended up doing. Deadlifts are feeling really in the groove today, so I had a feeling it was going to be a good day. It was a little better than last week, and that's what happened. Back off sets were 2 sets of 4. I did my first set at 210, and then this is the second set at 220. These are moving really fast. This is day 4 now on Saturday. I didn't record any accessories from day 3. Finally bought my own tripod, so I wasn't hogging the gym's tripod the whole time. That's why I didn't record some stuff on Thursday. But um, you notice 3 different squat variations in 1 week, and I squat the same stance in all of them. I aim to squat as close to the same in all 3 as possible, even though obviously SSP, high bar, and low bar are all going to move a little bit differently. We're going to have different torso angle, different knee bend in all of them, but the goal for me is to use the same stance and essentially most of the same cueing unless I have to change something. Because the goal is that all of these, mainly SSP and high bar, are going to build my low bar squat. Today is just 2 sets of 3 with the tempo. It's supposed to be a 3 count descent and a 2 count pause. A lot of times that ends up being more like a 4 count descent and a 1 count pause for me, but that's not too big of a deal. Saturday bench is 3 count, pause, 4 doubles. Bench is feeling not great on this day. It's kind of just felt out of groove at practice. The things just weren't really clicking, but that's right, it happens. This is, I guess I would call it my tertiary bench day. So it's not a huge deal. It doesn't need to feel amazing. I don't need to move heavy weight. It doesn't need to go super fast. So it's kind of just getting work in, getting the practice in. This one was my last set, and this set honestly did feel the best out of all of them. And RDLs, so it's like almost a SPD day if you count RDL as a deadlift. In the past, I've always done my RDLs beltless, but the last block and this block, I put a belt on just for a small change of stimulus and kind of see if that would change anything. Doing my average working weight goes up 20-30 kilos. Am I just going to get more fatigued with the same result, or is that extra weight and extra stimulus going to pay off in the long run? I guess we're going to find out. I have been hitting some big PRs, obviously, hence the use of the belt. So yeah, I did 2 sets of 6 at 160 this week. Next week I'll probably just keep chipping away another 5 kilos, another 5 kilos after that. And accessories on this day are some cable rows like you see here, which is tons of volume, a bunch of ascending sets of 12, and then usually I would do leg curls on this day, but the leg curl machine at my gym is currently broken, so I opted for some single leg RDLs instead. Balance pretty tricky on these, especially for my right leg. See me fall over a couple times here. Doesn't quite fit the build exactly like a leg curl would. I would rather do a hyperextension, honestly, just to have like a low impact hamstring isolation, but we don't have a hyperextension, and both the GHRs here are just not really a fan of how they're designed, so it's kind of stuck with this for now.